You might think a damaged 5-cent coin is worthless, but what if I told you some bad condition Canadian 5-cent coins are worth millions of dollars? In today's video, we reveal the most valuable rare Canada 5-cent coins that collectors are desperately searching for. Don't blink, because one of these could be hiding in your pocket. First up, the Canada 5-cent coin, 1956, widely known as the Beaver nickel, is one of the most iconic and historically meaningful coins in Canadian numismatics, representing not only Canada's rich natural heritage but also its mid-20th century economic and cultural identity, and the 1956 issue holds a special place within the long-running Beaver nickel series that began in 1937. Struck during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, whose youthful portrait appears on the obverse designed by Mary Gillick, this coin reflects a transitional era in Canadian history, just a few years after Elizabeth II ascended the throne in 1952, symbolizing renewal, stability, and continuity for the Commonwealth. The obverse features the Queen facing right, wearing a laurel wreath, with the Latin inscription Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina, meaning, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, while the reverse proudly displays the beaver, an animal deeply associated with Canada's fur trade origins, industrious spirit, and national character, perched on a log above stylized water lines, with the denomination 5 cents, the country name Canada, and the date 1956 clearly inscribed. This coin was struck at the Royal Canadian Mint and is composed of 99.9% pure nickel, giving it a distinctive silvery gray appearance, strong magnetic properties, and a solid feel, with a standard weight of 4.54 grams and a diameter of approximately 21.2 millimeters, characteristics that remained consistent for most beaver nickels of the era. The year 1956 is particularly interesting to collectors because it falls within a period of high mintage intended for everyday circulation, meaning millions of these coins were produced and widely used in commerce across Canada, resulting in many surviving examples showing heavy wear, scratches, and dull surfaces, while higher-grade uncirculated pieces are far scarcer and more desirable. In circulated condition, a 1956 beaver nickel typically carries modest monetary value, often close to its nickel content or a small premium for collectors, but in uncirculated or near-mint condition, especially with sharp details, original luster, and minimal contact marks, its value can increase significantly, and certified examples graded by professional services may command even higher prices depending on market demand. What truly elevates the appeal of the 1956 beaver nickel is not rarity alone but its symbolic power, as the beaver design has become one of the most beloved motifs in Canadian coinage, instantly recognizable worldwide and strongly associated with Canada's identity, making this coin a favorite among both beginner and advanced collectors. Additionally, some collectors search for minor varieties, die clashes, or striking anomalies from this year, which can add further interest and potential value, though such varieties are relatively scarce. From a historical perspective, the 1956 Canada 5 cents coin offers a tangible connection to post-war Canada, a time of economic growth, industrial expansion, and national confidence, when coins like this circulated through the hands of millions of Canadians in daily life, paying for goods, transportation, and services. Today, the beaver nickel remains a cornerstone of Canadian coin collections, often sought for date sets, type sets, or nostalgic reasons, and the 1956 issue stands as a classic example of durable design, meaningful symbolism, and enduring appeal, making it far more than just a small piece of metal, but rather a lasting artifact of Canada's heritage, craftsmanship, and national story. Next up, the Canada 5 cents coin, 1966, popularly known as the beaver nickel, is an important and fascinating issue in Canadian numismatic history, representing a period of economic transition, modernizing mint technology, and growing international interest in Canadian coinage during the mid-1960s. Struck by the Royal Canadian Mint, the 1966 Beaver nickel belongs to the long-running Beaver design series that began in 1937 and ended in 1981, a design that has become one of the most recognizable symbols of Canada worldwide. The reverse of the coin features the iconic beaver sitting on a log, a design created by artist G.E. Kruger Gray, symbolizing industry, perseverance, and Canada's historical roots in the fur trade, which played a crucial role in the nation's early economy and expansion. The obverse bears the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machen, showing a mature effigy of the Queen facing right, crowned with a tiara, accompanied by the Latin inscription Elizabeth II DG Regina, translating to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, reflecting Canada's constitutional monarchy and Commonwealth heritage. What makes the 1966 Canada 5 cents coin especially interesting is that it was struck in two different compositions: the traditional 99.9% pure nickel version and a nickel-clad steel magnetic version, introduced as part of the Royal Canadian Mint's experiments to reduce production costs and improve durability during a time of rising metal prices. The pure nickel version weighs approximately 4.54 grams, has a diameter of about 21.2 millimeters, and is non-magnetic, while the nickel-steel version is lighter at around 3.95 grams and strongly magnetic, allowing collectors to easily distinguish between the two using a simple magnet test. This dual composition issue adds a layer of variety and collectability to the 1966 Beaver nickel, making it especially appealing to both beginner and advanced collectors who enjoy identifying subtle differences within a single year. In terms of mintage, the 1966 Beaver nickel was produced in large quantities to meet the demands of everyday circulation, meaning that most surviving examples show signs of wear such as smoothing of the beaver's fur, loss of detail on the log and water lines, and flattening of the Queen's portrait. As a result, circulated specimens are common and generally carry modest value, often close to face value or slightly above, depending on condition and market interest. However, uncirculated and high-grade examples, especially those retaining original mint luster, sharp strike, and minimal contact marks, are significantly scarcer and can command higher premiums in the collector market. Coins that have been professionally graded and certified by recognized grading services are particularly desirable, as they provide assurance of authenticity, composition, and condition. From a historical and cultural perspective, the 1966 Canada 5 cents coin reflects a dynamic era in Canadian society, marked by technological advancement, economic growth, and preparation for major national events such as Expo 67, which would take place the following year in Montreal and showcase Canada on the world stage. Coins like the 1966 Beaver nickel circulated widely during this time, passing through the hands of millions of Canadians and becoming a silent witness to everyday life, commerce, and social change. Today, the Beaver nickel remains a nostalgic and emotionally resonant coin for many collectors, evoking memories of a time when Canadian coinage was still struck in solid nickel and featured bold, durable designs meant to last decades in circulation. Overall, the 1966 Canada 5 cents Beaver nickel stands as a classic example of Canadian minting excellence, blending strong national symbolism, practical design, and historical significance. While it may not be among the rarest Canadian coins, its dual composition varieties, enduring beaver motif, and connection to a transformative period in Canada's history ensure its continued popularity and importance in numismatic collections around the world, making it far more than a simple 5-cent piece, but rather a lasting artifact of Canada's heritage, craftsmanship, and evolving monetary system. Next up, The Canada 5 cents coin, 2012, commonly referred to as the beaver nickel, represents a modern continuation of one of Canada's most enduring and recognizable coin designs, blending traditional national symbolism with contemporary minting technology, and serving as a bridge between Canada's historic coinage and its present-day circulation currency. Issued by the Royal Canadian Mint in 2012, this coin features the classic beaver design on the reverse, originally created by renowned artist G.E. Kruger Gray in 1937, a design that has become deeply embedded in Canadian identity and is internationally recognized as a symbol of Canada's industrious spirit, natural heritage, and historical roots in the fur trade, which played a foundational role in the country's early economic development. The reverse shows a beaver sitting on a log above stylized water lines, with the inscriptions 5 cents, Canada, and the date 2012, arranged in a clean and balanced layout that emphasizes clarity and durability for circulation use. The obverse of the 2012 5 cents coin features the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Susanna Blunt, portraying the Queen in a mature, uncrowned portrait facing right, an image first introduced in 2003 and praised for its realism and modern aesthetic, accompanied by the Latin inscription Elizabeth II DG Regina, meaning, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, reflecting Canada's status as a constitutional monarchy and member of the Commonwealth. Unlike earlier beaver nickels that were struck in solid nickel, the 2012 Canada 5 cents coin is made of multi-ply plated steel, a composition adopted by the Royal Canadian Mint to reduce costs, improve durability, and enhance security against counterfeiting, consisting of a steel core plated with layers of nickel and copper, giving the coin a familiar silvery appearance while making it strongly magnetic. The coin has a standard diameter of approximately 21.2 millimeters and a lighter weight of about 3.95 grams, which distinguishes it from older pure nickel issues, and this change in composition marks an important technological evolution in Canadian coinage. In terms of mintage, the 2012 beaver nickel was produced in large quantities to meet the needs of everyday commerce, meaning it is very common in circulation, and most examples show signs of regular use such as light scratches, contact marks, and gradual dulling of the plated surface over time. As a result, the monetary value of a circulated 2012 5 cents coin is generally close to face value, making it more significant as a cultural and historical object than as a rare investment piece. However, uncirculated examples, especially those with full original mint luster, clean surfaces, and no plating issues, are more desirable to collectors and can command modest premiums, particularly when included in year sets or modern-type collections. From a historical standpoint, the 2012 Canada 5 cents coin reflects a mature and confident nation maintaining its traditional symbols while embracing modern production methods, at a time when physical currency was increasingly sharing space with digital payments. Yet coins like the beaver nickel continued to play an important role in daily life across Canada. Collectors also take interest in modern issues like 2012 for studying plating quality, die varieties, and minor minting anomalies, which, while generally subtle, add educational and collecting value. Ultimately, the 2012 Canada 5 cents beaver nickel stands as a modern expression of a classic design, embodying continuity, national pride, and technological progress, and while it may not be rare or highly valuable in monetary terms, it holds lasting importance as part of Canada's circulating coinage heritage and as a symbol that connects generations of Canadians through one small but powerful piece of metal. Next up, the Canada 5 cents coin, 2008, commonly known as the beaver nickel, is a modern circulating issue that continues one of the longest-running and most recognizable designs in Canadian coinage, combining deep national symbolism with advanced minting technology and reflecting Canada's economic, cultural, and monetary landscape in the early 21st century. Issued by the Royal Canadian Mint in 2008, this coin retains the classic beaver perched on a log reverse design originally created in 1937 by the distinguished Canadian artist G. E. Kruger Gray, a motif that has become inseparable from Canada's identity and is widely viewed as a symbol of hard work, resilience, and the country's historical connection to the fur trade, which played a foundational role in the development of early Canada and its trade networks. The reverse of the 2008 5-cent coin features the beaver with finely detailed fur texture, a solid log, and stylized water lines beneath, surrounded by the inscriptions Canada, 5 cents, and the date 2008, all arranged in a clean and balanced layout designed for long-term circulation, durability, and easy recognition. The obverse of the 2008 Canada 5-cent coin bears the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, created by artist Susanna Blunt, which was introduced in 2003 and represents a modern, realistic portrait of the Queen facing right without a crown, symbolizing maturity, dignity, and continuity in Canada's constitutional monarchy, and accompanied by the Latin legend Elizabeth II DG Regina, meaning, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. This obverse design marks a clear departure from earlier crown portraits and aligns with Canada's modern design philosophy, emphasizing simplicity and clarity. In terms of composition, the 2008 beaver nickel is struck in multi-ply plated steel, a material adopted by the Royal Canadian Mint beginning in 2000 to reduce production costs, improve durability, and incorporate advanced anti-counterfeiting technology. The coin consists of a steel core plated with layers of nickel and copper, giving it a familiar silver-colored appearance while making it strongly magnetic, a characteristic that clearly distinguishes it from earlier solid nickel issues. The coin has a diameter of approximately 21.2 millimeters and a weight of about 3.95 grams, making it lighter than pre-2000 nickel coins but equally practical for everyday use. From a mintage and circulation perspective, the 2008 Canada 5-cent coin was produced in very large quantities to meet the needs of daily commerce across the country, meaning it is extremely common in circulation and widely available to collectors today. Most examples show typical signs of use such as light scratches, contact marks, and gradual wear to the plated surface, especially on the beaver's fur and the queen's facial details, and therefore circulated coins generally hold little to no premium above face value. However, uncirculated examples, particularly those with full mint luster, clean surfaces, and no plating flaws or corrosion, are more appealing to collectors and can carry modest premiums, especially when included in mint sets or preserved in high grades. Some collectors also search for minor die varieties, plating errors, or strike anomalies from modern issues like 2008, which, while uncommon, can add interest and additional value if authenticated. Historically and culturally, the 2008 beaver nickel reflects a time when Canada was balancing tradition with innovation, maintaining its classic national symbols while modernizing its currency production to meet economic realities and technological advancements. Despite the increasing shift toward digital payments during this period, coins like the 2008 5-cent piece remained an essential part of everyday transactions, from retail purchases to public transportation. Today, the Canada 5-cent coin, 2008, stands as a modern representative of the beloved beaver nickel series, valued not for rarity but for its continuity, symbolism, and role in Canada's monetary system, making it an important piece for type collectors, date set builders, and anyone interested in the evolution of Canadian coinage and national identity. Next up, the Canada 5-cent coin, 2016, universally recognized as part of the famous beaver nickel series, is a modern circulating coin that powerfully reflects Canada's enduring national symbols, advanced minting technology, and evolving monetary system in the second decade of the 21st century. Issued by the Royal Canadian Mint in 2016, this coin continues the use of the classic beaver on a log reverse design originally created in 1937 by renowned artist G. E. Kruger Gray, a design that has survived for generations because of its deep cultural meaning and instant recognizability. The beaver, long associated with Canada's early fur trade economy and admired for its industrious nature, symbolizes hard work, perseverance, and resourcefulness, qualities that Canadians often associate with their national identity. On the reverse of the 2016 5-cent coin, the beaver is depicted with crisp detail, seated on a textured log above stylized water lines, surrounded by the inscriptions Canada, 5 cents, and the date 2016, arranged in a balanced and functional layout intended for clarity and durability in everyday circulation. The obverse of the 2016 Canada 5-cent coin features the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Canadian artist Susanna Blunt, showing a mature, uncrowned portrait of the Queen facing right. This portrait, first introduced in 2003, marked a modern shift in Canadian coin design, emphasizing realism and dignity while moving away from traditional crown depictions. Encircling the portrait is the Latin legend Elizabeth II dg Regina, meaning, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, reaffirming Canada's status as a constitutional monarchy and its historical ties to the British Crown. In terms of composition, the 2016 beaver nickel is struck in multi-ply plated steel, a technologically advanced material developed by the Royal Canadian Mint. The coin consists of a steel core plated with layers of nickel and copper, giving it a silver-colored appearance similar to older nickels while making it strongly magnetic, lighter, more cost-effective to produce, and more resistant to counterfeiting than earlier solid nickel issues. The coin has a standard diameter of approximately 21.2 millimeters and a weight of around 3.95 grams, consistent with other modern Canadian 5-cent coins. From a mintage and circulation perspective, the 2016 Canada 5-cent coin was produced in large numbers to support everyday transactions across the country, and as a result, it is very common in circulation. Most surviving examples show normal signs of use, including light scratches, contact marks, and some wear to the plated surface, particularly on high points such as the beaver's fur and the Queen's facial features. Because of this high mintage and widespread circulation, the monetary value of a circulated 2016 5-cent coin is generally limited to face value, making it more significant as a cultural artifact than as a rare or high-value collectible. However, uncirculated examples, especially those preserved with full mint luster, clean surfaces, and no plating defects, are more desirable to collectors and can carry modest premiums, particularly when included in annual mint sets or certified in high grades. Modern collectors also examine coins from years like 2016 for minor die varieties, strike anomalies, or plating errors, which, while uncommon, can add interest and potential value if properly authenticated. In a broader historical and cultural context, the 2016 beaver nickel represents a period when physical currency was increasingly coexisting with digital and contactless payment systems, yet coins continued to play an important role in daily life and national symbolism. The continued use of the beaver design on modern coinage demonstrates Canada's commitment to preserving its heritage while embracing innovation in minting technology and security. Overall, the Canada 5-cent coin 2016 beaver nickel stands as a modern expression of a classic and beloved design, valued for its continuity, symbolism, and representation of Canada's identity, making it an essential piece for date collectors, type collectors, and anyone interested in the long and evolving story of Canadian coinage. Please like and subscribe to my channel.